Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. You're watching This Faithful Dollar. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Ave. I'm a wife, a mom of 2 kids, and I am self-employed. And today we are doing our bi-weekly cash check-in, unstuffing. We're doing a little bit of condensing, as well as a sinking funds update, budget closeout. We're just going to throw all the things into one video today. July completes my very first month of being on my budget journey, of doing the cash envelope system as well as the zero-based budgeting method. So I'm so excited to tally up everything and see what we have within our envelopes and binders. But first, we do need to do some reconciliation for our online spending. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it. Let's get started. Right. So we're going to get into our expense tracker for our online spending for the last 2 weeks of July. Y'all forgive the lighting in these videos. You know, the sun goes in and out when it's a very cloudy day. But this is a spending that we need to account for. As you can see, it's a little bit better than the first 2 weeks of July. So things that already have a check mark next to it just means I've already accounted for it. So this was a grocery expense that I paid for, but then my husband paid me back. So that's all that is. So we are going to go ahead and start in our wallet. And we're going to start with our groceries category. Since this is already accounted for, we're just going to look at this $38 expense. Everything has already been rounded up, as y'all know. We have $100 in here. Let me put this 50 back. And we'll put this 50 down. And that should be $12, I believe. Yes. So let's get $12 here. So that's $12. Let's just count it. So altogether, groceries still have 50, 55, 60, 61, 62. So that's 62 remaining in groceries. Let's go ahead and check that off. And these yellows are for just my miscellaneous spending. So that's going to be in my personal spending category. Our first transaction in our spending category is $7 from Amazon. I bought some cash envelopes. $3 from Etsy. I bought a digital download savings challenge that you'll see sometime in the future. And then $10 for some prop money that I needed to use for my business binder. So altogether, that's a nice $20. So in spending, we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 25, and we'll take out, that is gross. We'll take out 20, and we're left with 5. Ooh, we have some $5. And then the rest of the categories, highlighted categories, are for food, eating out. So I know the food eating out category doesn't have enough in it, but okay. So eating out has $60. And let's see how much eating out is. We have $26 for Chipotle, $4 for Taco Bell, because I just wanted a Baja Blast, $23 for Culver's, $21 for Gyro, and then $15 for Jimmy John's. It's $89. So we'll go ahead and take out this 60. And then we'll come back in here and condense these. But we still need $29. Let's see what we can pull. So we'll take this $12. And that'll leave us with 17. All right, we can take out The rest of this spending, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll take out this 5 from buffer. And then 7. We'll just take it out of family fun. Yeah. And leave family fun with 25. No big deal. We just got to make sure we do right and stay within budget next time. But hey, if y'all watch my very first cash unstuffing, y'all know that the eating out category was like over 200. So $89, that is way, way better for me. All right, so that's 7. Leaves us at 0. So everything has been reconciled. Let's see how much we should have all together. We should have a total of 147. So we're going to count this up first. I did start with $30 and change, so I'm going to take that out. Let's just do 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We'll take that out, and the rest of this should be 147. 51. That's 105, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 140. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 147. Perfect. So I need to put this in our checking account, and we'll make some transfers to pay off. I think I have 2 credit card transactions. I need to make a note of that. 26. $41 needs to go to credit card. So I'm going to make a note here. And then the remaining 106 can just stay in my checking. All right. I'm going to set that off to this side. Well, really, I'm just going to make a note here so we can use this money for condensing real fast. Let's see if we can do some condensing. Probably not much. I'll have 10, 5. Let's see. This is car care. It has 20, 30, 35, 40, 45. We'll just swap these 2 5s for a 10. This is the school fund that I still need to make a sticker for or purchase one. 20, 40, 60. 20, 40, 60, 65, 70. So we'll just grab a 50. That's it. And we'll just go back to car. Take this 20, right? Yep, 45. Okay. Okay. Short and sweet. Okay, so the unstuffing and cash condensing is out of the way. So now we're just going to get into the monthly budget closeout, look at all of our numbers. Y'all, I am new to this. I've been doing a lot of research to see what I think I might like as far as how I want to do my overall system. So I did go ahead and make me my own planner pages. So we'll just see how it all works out. We are going to just figure out our sinking funds and, see how much we were able to stuff and keep within our wallets and within our essentials binder. Our starting balances, of course, for all of our cash envelopes were $0. Now I'm just going to go through each one and to see how much how much we have left or saved. Y'all get it. So I might speed y'all up through this, but we'll see. Or do you want me to talk you through it? I'll talk you through it. Okay. For home, 10. kids, 10. Date night, 10 is left. Eating out, nothing. Health and wellness, we have 5. Same with self-care or beauty. And then, so these are like my cash envelopes. And then I have this separated into sinking funds or bigger things that we're saving for that eventually we'll spend. I know y'all know. Y'all not new to this, but I am. Okay, so 0. Birthday 0. Christmas should be 200, but let's just check. Yes. This is car care. I believe we said 45. Yes. Vision is 5. Vacation 50. And back to school, I believe, is 70. Okay. Oh, I forgot about our difference column here. All positive changes. So let's add everything up to see how much we have in our essentials binder. Wow, $410, which obviously means that is a positive change of 410. So of course, last month we had 0. This month, 410 with a positive change of 410. All right, now we love me. Okay. Now the next page I have is I want to see how much we were able to save within our savings challenges that we started in July. So these are the 5 saving challenges that we were able to complete this month. Let me put them in order of how I have it on my paper here. All right, so I have it down as, the name of the challenge, what type. Y'all know I only do 3 types of challenges at least right now. So we have, our mini Mondays, our shut the box, and then our letter books. No letter books were completed in the month of July, but that's okay. And then the amount that was saved, and then where I reallocated it to. So for His Mercies Are New Every Morning by the Faithful Dash, we saved 32, and that was sent to Family Fun. Life is a Beautiful Ride by Budget with Carly, we saved 24, and that was sent to Spending. The Earth Laughs in Flowers, made for myself. We saved 30, and we put that in buffer, which just means my checking account cushion that I like. I like to have a certain amount in my checking account. I like to have a certain amount of money in my checking account. So that's what buffer means anytime you see it. Back to School saved us 20, right? Yes, from Chatty Cathy. And that went to school, obviously. And then my Shut the Box that I created for July saved 50. And that also went to school. We were able to save, let's tally that up, 32, 24, 30, 20, 50. All right, now $156 is what we saved. So in total, we saved $156 for the month of July, which is exciting. But I am going to break these up into like sinking funds versus cash envelopes. So these top 3 are cash envelopes, and then these bottom 2 are my sinking funds. And I just want to make the distinction for myself because the cash envelopes are obviously the envelopes that we dip in and out of more often, whereas the sinking funds are obviously more of a savings that we do plan to use, but more so in the future. So for our cash envelopes, that totaled $86, and for our sinking funds, that's $70, which of course gives us the grand total of $156. All right, so next up is our total monthly spending page. This is heavily inspired by the Budget Mom. If you're familiar with her, she does this like where did my money go page, and I decided to make one for myself with a little bit of adjustments just to make it make sense for me. Normally you'll put the starting balance of how much you started the month with, then you add your earned income, extra income, and then you'll get your total balance for the month. But I'm going to disregard it for this month just because I know the numbers are going to kind of be off, because the Budget Mom, she recommends tracking everything from cash spending to your online spending to when money comes in, when money comes out. And I didn't do any of that. Which I definitely should, and I definitely will be doing going forward. So since I didn't really track every little dollar, I'm not going to worry about this top row here just because I already know the numbers are going to be off. So what I do want to do is just track how much we budgeted and added through like saving challenges and whatnot to each of our categories. I've already put what was budgeted for the month. So for bills, which is really just like my subscriptions that I pay for, I budgeted $40 for the month. Debt, that's $300 a month. All of our credit cards combined equals about $290, but I just made it a even $300. That way a little bit of extra can go to debt, and we are doing the snowball method. So eventually I'll be updating you guys on our debt. For cushion, which is just money I set aside each month, money I set aside for each check just to remain in the checking account. I did $20. Ties is $50 a month. Groceries was $300 this month. Gas $180. Spending $45. Family, we started out not budgeting anything for the month, but through our savings challenges, we added $32. So I am going to put $32 for family. For spending, I need to add $24. And for buffer up here, which is cushion, I need to add $30. These these amounts were added through savings challenges, so I wanted to track that just so I could see. For our home category, $10, kids $10, date night $70, eating out $90. This was one of course that I didn't start budgeting for until the second half of the month, and that still, wasn't enough. Wellness and beauty $5. Sinking funds, we budgeted $375. But let me put that we added $70 to our sinking funds through savings challenges. And then for savings challenges, I budgeted $240. Okay, so in this next category here, we have how much we spent within each category. And this would be based off of our expense sheet, our expense tracker. Again, I didn't track every little dollar. I didn't even track my cash spending. So I definitely will be doing that going forward. But just for, numbers' sake, I will fill this out. I will speed you up. Okay, and then we're going to do our difference column, our over and under column. All right, so these are our numbers for this month so far. Going forward next month, I'll be able to fill out this top section and some of these things down here. But for now, just to get an idea, I'm going to add up how much we spent this month. I think I spent 30 here. I'm not mistaken. Anyway. So roughly, I spent about $12.86, a little over $1,200. Coming in here, future me to update these numbers. We budgeted $375 for sinking funds, adding an additional $70 through savings challenges, but I did spend $75 from our car care fund when I had to take the car to the shop. So that changes our spending of sinking funds to $75, with us being under still by $370. So that changes our numbers here. It changes it from $12.86 to $13.61. And then I did forget to tally up everything that we budgeted for the month, which we budgeted around $1,745. So we were technically, even though all this spending and these numbers again, y'all, they may not totally be accurate, but they're pretty close. So that means since we were under budget by, let's see here, $384. So we still did pretty good for the month considering what we budgeted and what we actually spent. Of course, there's always room for progress, but I needed to jump in and update you guys on these numbers. All right, back to the regularly scheduled program. This month we were able to put $156 towards savings, so I'm going to put that here. We paid $300, or that $300 towards debt. We didn't use any savings. Our current cash balance, so this is going to be everything that we have in our wallet as well as everything within our essentials binder. So we know that our sinking fund, within our sinking funds, we have $410. I'm actually going to write down what we have left in our wallet. This portion of the video is filmed a few days after the unstuffing, so I did do a little bit more spending in my wallet, specifically in gas. I just put the $50 that I had left in grocery. I just went ahead and deposited that into my checking account, but sometimes it's just easier for me to grocery shop online. So yeah, for family fun, we have the 25 still. Yeah, I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna call it rollover, specifically from our wallet. $25. I am going to highlight it just so I know it's different from our cash envelopes. Okay, so our cash balance will be sorry if you hear my children, y'all know the deal. So the cash balance going into August will be this $410 in our sinking fund plus the $25 in our wallet will be $435. In our checking account, we have the $106 that was deposited with our cash unstuffing. So our balance going into next month will be $541. Y'all, that is pretty good for me. If only I had time just to tell you the story of my unnecessary and impulse spending. I am a shopper, an online shopper through and through. So just to have money left over, period, at the end of each month, crazy, wild. Just very quickly, I'm going to fill this out. I decided to make myself a review page and self-evaluation section just so I can really be aware of my mindset, of how I'm feeling, and just assess my budget every month. So I'm going to speed you up through it, but you're right. So just quickly, how do I feel about my purchases this month? I feel okay, honestly, because y'all know this is my first month paying attention to, my spending. I feel like I did okay. I've definitely done better than what I'm used to, but I for sure could be doing better. I overspent, of course, in the eating out category, as we all know, mainly because I didn't even set a budget for it, which is so delusional of me. So I just didn't even set myself up for success there. I underspent surprisingly in groceries, and then I set the family fun category, but I already know that's going to get spent. And sinking funds, of course, we didn't really spend anything out of sinking funds. Any money, any $1 that I came across, or any money that was left in my wallet after my unstuffings, I just sent it over to savings challenges, specifically the $1 bills. And then for the adjustments that need to be made, I need to set realistic numbers within these categories now that I'm pretty much kind of aware of what I spend in each one, or the roundabout. And I need to track everything that's coming in these accounts, as well as everything coming out. Even like when I was doing my cash unstuffings, I even need to track when I borrow from another envelope to reconcile a certain category, if that makes sense. Like, I need to track every little thing. For my self-evaluation section, for consistency, I'm rating myself a 6 out of 10, even though this is the first month. But when I tell you, I've just been coming back to this binder in my pages dang near every day or every other day, I feel like I'm doing pretty good and pretty consistent. My self-control for my impulse spending, I'm not all the way there yet. I haven't arrived, and that's okay. So I set a 3 out of 10 for my self-control. And my stress level, how do I feel currently about my finances? I'm about so-so. I am grateful that I have a husband who supports me and takes care of our family. So me taking on this extra job or side hustle, self-employment, business, whatever you want to call it, was really just I didn't have to do it, but I wanted to do it just so we can reach our goals faster as a family. And because honestly, not only to do it for my family, but to do it for myself. Now, just besides being a mom and a wife, I feel fulfilled. I have another purpose. All right, I'm going on a tangent here, but I'm just grateful and thankful to God, thankful to Jesus that he gave me the courage to put myself out there, because let me tell you, this is something I've been sitting on forever and just didn't think it was possible, or didn't really know how to even get the business started or out there. But at the perfect time, the opportunities presented itself, and that was nothing but God. So I'm truly thankful for my husband just allowing me to be able to do this, and just having a schedule to be able to start a little business. So I'd say, not to get off topic, I'd say right now we're about a 5 out of 10, just because, we want to get out of debt. We want to be free of it. We want to be able to use that money that we're paying for debt. We want to be able to use it in other areas of our lives, like traveling and making memories with our loved ones and families. So I say we're about a 5, or my husband's probably okay. I actually need to check in with him on that. But I'd say I'm about a 5 out of 10. That is truly it for our July budget closeout. Ooh, baby, it's been a whirlwind. It's been a beautiful eye opener for me. Just wow. So be on the lookout for my August budget setup, where we'll go ahead and break down our expected income, expected expenses, and all the things we'll talk about in the next video when we set up our budget for August. Until then, y'all, be blessed, stay encouraged, and keep going.